unfair dismissal rights, really there's a heavy element of wait and see. You need to be aware that, in common with a lot of the other legislation, it's going to be harder to use labour flexibly. And in particular, that people will have rights from day one, including some of the most important rights like unfair dismissal. So when you're planning your hiring strategy, when you are thinking about probationary periods generally and how they're reflected in your policies and contracts, when you're thinking about termination procedures where someone hasn't come up to scratch in those first 3, 6, 9 months, you're going to be working through how those policies will work in future.
So at the moment we have a qualifying period of service, so you have to have at least 2 years service to be able to bring an unfair dismissal claim. There are some exceptions to that. The most common ones I tend to see are things like discrimination or whistleblowing, where you don't need that 2 year service.
We are expecting there to be the day one right, so a right to bring an unfair dismissal claim from first day of employment. There's going to be, in quotes, a light touch process for employers to follow during what's interchangeably being called a probationary period or an initial period of employment.
In common with some of the other key rights that Labour wants to see become that day one standard. Currently you have to work for 2 years continuously with the same or an associated employer to qualify for unfair dismissal rights. There will be an initial period of employment when effectively a statutory probationary period will be in force, and there will be a looser standard. A light touch is the description by which people can be dismissed, provided the appropriate safeguards are followed and procedures are carried out.
At the moment, for an unfair dismissal claim, you can get a basic award and then a compensatory award as well, and that's capped at around a year's salary or about £118,000, whichever is the lower. In terms of the changes that the Employment Rights Bill is bringing, it's completely removing that 2 years qualifying period of service, and what we're seeing instead is the proposal to introduce this initial period of employment, so an IPE.
In terms of what an employee's compensation could be, there is a suggestion that the compensation is going to be capped in comparison to what we're used to currently.
If compensation is set quite low as to what employees might be able to get if they are successful with a claim, then it probably won't make a huge difference to employers. For example, if it's set at a week's pay, a lot of employees may not bother to bring a claim.
It is ultimately about ensuring that the individual is being reviewed on a regular basis. It is about ensuring that there is that management oversight and, as I say, making decisions earlier.
There'll be a lighter touch if you're dismissing for reasons like capability or conduct, that kind of thing, but not for redundancy. And I would imagine that employers could easily trip themselves up in that area. This is one of the last changes to come in, so it'll come in 2027. It will be something that will be subject to consultation.
The long and short of it is that employers are going to have to be much more careful and selective about who they're bringing into the organisation. The knock-on effect of that is that it could inadvertently affect recruitment and actually increase unemployment in the job market as well. So it's a really interesting one. We'll have to see how it progresses.